James Woods, the conservative actor who is very, I don't know what the right word is, but bombastic, maybe, who was banned from Twitter. And a lot of people were speculating as to why. Some people said that he simply tweeted that, like, Jack Dorsey was an idiot and that's why he got banned, but I don't believe that. I was a bit incredulous. I don't know if that's the right word, but I was a bit skeptical. That's there you go. When I heard that. But apparently now people are tweeting that he was banned because he tweeted about some ridiculous hoax and he called liberals insane. So this woman who, Kaya Jones, I am not familiar with her, but she is a verified Twitter user. She's a Jesus First singer, actress, Pussycat Doll. Okay, there you go. She's a Pussycat Doll. 2A ambassador, native and Jamaican, she says. This is her tweet. From Mr. Woods himself, with his permission, I asked him if I could share with you all, as I know how much you all adore him. I don't know a lot about James Woods. I don't believe I followed him, but I saw a lot of his retweets. If you're not familiar, he's an actor. I think he played Hades in the Disney Hercules movie. He's on Family Guy. On Family Guy, they make him out to be this crazy weirdo, but it's still really funny. And he's like obsessive and takes over Peter's family. But she posted this image, which they're saying is an email from James Woods. So I'm going to read this. James Woods says, "First, let me say how much I cherish each of you to whom this email is addressed. It saddens me that more people can't be like us, politically diverse, yet friends and defenders of each other's beliefs and opinions. That to me is what America is fundamentally about. It is about a standard of ethics and human values that we all embrace and promote in our daily affairs. I love you all and admire you for that, and for you who are as... I admire you for that, and for who you are as people and artists and citizens of the world. I mean this with all sincerity today. I am not in the mood for jokes. The facts are that I was banned from Twitter yesterday because of an anonymous complaint referencing a tweet I posted in July. He said, yes, the Stasi mentality lives on in the Twitter sphere, it seems. Henceforth, my 1.7 million followers will no longer hear my views. The purge of conservatives continues unabated on social media. And yes, it was because I posted a sarcastic remark about Democrats. The offending tweet was included in the email from Twitter support. It is attached below for your reference. The good news, I guess, is that liberals, Jack Dorsey, Twitter's CEO, is an unabashed ultra-liberal, are now closer to their nirvana of a world without criticism or opposition. The bad news is that they inevitably will be next. The reason I'm sending this to you is that liberal or conservative, I know every single one of you agrees that this muzzle on free speech is a cancer that if allowed to metastasize will destroy this nation and everything it stands for. Please feel free to share this email. Here is the offending tweet. And the tweet was him saying, pretty scary that there is a distinct possibility this could be real. Not likely, but in this day and age of absolute liberal insanity, it is at least possible. And he's referencing, I believe I have this pulled up. It's this right here. It says, we're making a women's vote worth more by staying home. Democrats change that matters. Let women decide no men midterm. And the hoax apparently is trying to convince liberal men not to vote because women should have the say, which in reality would just result in the Democrats losing because they lose a massive amount of their support. But I really got to address this because James Woods is a conservative. I am a liberal. I agree with James Woods that this is a bad thing. Don't know a whole lot about what he tweets other than I know he's rather bombastic. This tweet he posted, I can't believe got him banned. That's ridiculous. But here's what's really funny. When I was yesterday at MythCon talking to a lot of the people who were guests, I said, you're going up against Heath Ledger's Joker, okay? He has no rules. You remember the scene in The Dark Knight where Batman is standing on the fire escape and he's holding the mob boss? And the mob boss goes, some professional advice, you can't kill me from this high. And then Batman goes, I'm counting on it, and throws him off. Dude breaks his leg. And then Batman jumps down and says, where is he? He goes, we're wise to you, Batman. You got rules. The Joker's got no rules. Nobody's gonna flip on him to help you. And there you go. And that's exactly what's going on. So here's what happens. The reason I bring this up is that the people on the left are right now going, private corporations can do whatever they want. Really? I have been a liberal my whole life. Actually, I was further left when I was younger. And I have always been about government regulation. I don't mean like complete overbearing authoritarian government regulation. I mean that the government should sometimes step in to prevent bad things from happening. All right? There's nuance. And now, many of those same people that I knew during Occupy Wall Street are saying private businesses should be allowed to do what they want. And I'm like, what are you talking about? When did you ever advocate for massive multi-billion-dollar corporations to do whatever they want? They're purging ideas from public debate. Okay, this is bad for democracy. And they're going, but it's a private business. And then they go, haha, conservatives are they're always about unregulation, and now look what's happening to them. And I'm like, I'm not a conservative. I am scared of this. You know why? You know what worries me about James Woods being banned? Is that I'm not next, right? Right, look, I got nothing to worry about. There's a ton more conservatives, but after those conservatives are gone, then I'm next. So I'm like, let's make sure those people can stay, right? So that I know my ideas are safe. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of people who are conservative who have good ideas. I don't think all of their ideas are good. I don't think everyone on the left has ideas are good. I think everybody has good ideas at some point or another. I just happen to lean left because I think there's a lot of ideas that are better where I'm sitting. But I certainly think there are a lot of conservatives who know more than I do, and the only way I'll learn what I might be missing is by engaging in active discourse with these people. And now I'm going to tell you why I'm frustrated to all hell with conservatives, okay? Because I got into debate after debate after debate when people were like, you shouldn't regulate social media companies, you shouldn't do it. And I'm like, yes, you should. There needs to be some kind of restriction on Twitter, because right now Twitter acts like a publisher and a platform and can literally control what appears on their platform and then ban whoever they want and not be held liable for when they allow violent threats on their platform. Okay, this is the point. If Twitter is going to say, you're allowed to stay and you're allowed to stay, you're not allowed to stay. They are selecting what appears on their platform, no different than a newspaper. Okay, if Twitter wants to be a newspaper, that's fine, but newspapers are liable for what they print, which means if someone smears someone else, if someone posts a death threat, if the New York Times published a death threat on the front page, they would get in trouble. Twitter has death threats all the time, and what do? Well, sometimes they remove them and sometimes they don't. Look at Dana Lash when someone said, unfortunately, something bad needs to happen to her family. And Twitter's like, that's fine. And then apologized. Twitter is selectively enforcing things. That means they should not be protected from liability. Okay, we want Twitter to survive, right? In that case, Twitter can't be responsible for everything said on a platform of hundreds of millions. In that case, Twitter, you can't curate what appears on your platform. If it's illegal, yes, take it down, okay? If there's a court order, take it down. The police should be able to say, that's illegal, it needs to come down, and Twitter should probably be like, okay, but for the most part, phone companies can't ban you because of what you say to your mom on the phone. If you call your mom and say a bunch of racist stuff, AT&T's not going to turn off your service. But Twitter does. It is a communications platform. And what bothers me is that I'm talking to conservatives about this, and they're saying, yeah, but it's about the principles. We have to uphold the principles. And I said, okay, I know that maybe you're going to disagree with me on this one, but hear me out. Moral absolutism is dangerous. The idea that you would never compromise, not even in the face of Armageddon, is terrifying. You are staring down the barrel of the gun, and you are being told you can do something about it now, or everything you believe in will cease to exist in public discourse. And that means you might have to say, I concede this point. There should be regulation here. Conservatives don't think there should be no regulation anyway, but for some reason a lot of people have adopted the talking point that we should restrict most regulation. Sure, you can restrict most regulation and still want some regulation. There are a lot of conservatives that get this. I did it, I don't know if it was my poll or a poll I saw, but people were saying, like there were conservatives like, yeah, we definitely need to do something about this. But I'm talking to people at MythCon who are like, nope, I would never be in favor of it. And here's what I have to say to you. James Woods is gone, okay? 1.7 million followers, a massive influence for conservatives. If you do nothing, everything you believe in will be erased from the platform, and you are sitting there saying, well, we're no longer going to exist, all of our principles will be gone, but at least we didn't compromise. And to me, I just don't understand that. I have no problem with saying we can figure out some simple and light regulation, and it could be as simple as saying, Twitter, you are not allowed to curate what appears in your platform unless you want to be liable. And then Twitter makes a choice. That's fine by me, because then you can actually go after people for Twitter for the things they post, right? How about, we don't necessarily need a regulation, but Section 230 to be reformed. So, and that's a reference to what protects Twitter, so that Twitter can curate their platform, ban certain. You want to know something crazy? Twitter is above civil rights law. My God, okay? You've got people saying that, and maybe this is why conservatives support it, businesses should be allowed to serve whoever they want. Okay, well, in this country, the civil rights law says you can't discriminate based on certain reasons. Twitter can legally say no people from Group X are allowed to be on this platform. And that is mind-blowing to me. You know, I'm a liberal. So I guess all I can really say is I don't know what the solution is. It might not necessarily be overbearing regulation. The solution might be something as simple as making a definitive statement of Twitter, choose to be a publisher or be a platform. Pick one, you can't be both. And that's maybe all we need. And then maybe Twitter will say, okay, we can't ban James Woods for calling liberals insane. I don't think he should have been banned for that, but Twitter can do it if they want. But it's insane that Twitter has this immunity, this power. It is a fact in our culture right now that elections are influenced by what happens on Twitter. It's true. It's public discourse. It's the biggest. There's nowhere else. Donald Trump is not on Gab. Donald Trump is not on Minds or BitChute. If you want to hear what Trump says the moment he says it, and you want to debate those who comment below, you have to be on Twitter. And Twitter can restrict you from something like this. It's a challenge. I know. I've heard some really great arguments against what I'm saying, that simply because Twitter became big, should their rights be taken away? And I know, you know what? There's a scale problem. It's scaled up to the point where Twitter was way too influential, and something needs to be done. So I don't know what the solution is, but I'm frustrated by people who watch people. Look, James Wood, 1.7 million followers purged, and there are still people going like, yeah, that's too bad. I'm mad about it, but what can we do? And that, I just don't understand, I guess. But comment below, let me know what you think. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm still in Milwaukee for another day, but I'll see you guys tomorrow on the main channel at 4 p.m.